The air felt thick with an unexplainable heaviness. It was as though the very atmosphere around you had changed, charged with an unseen energy. The feeling was unsettling, yet there was a sense of calm underneath it all, like an invisible presence was watching over you. The room grew still as you felt the inexplicable tug of something greater than yourself. And then, as though a distant voice was reaching through the veil between worlds, you heard it. Archangel Michael says, "You have been warned." Your heart raced as the words echoed in your mind. They carried weight, a deep and undeniable power. You were aware of the significance of the message, yet you couldn't quite comprehend what it meant. There was a sense of urgency in the air, as if something was trying to break through to you, to alert you to something beyond the physical realm. The voice of Archangel Michael, clear and commanding, lingered in the silence. But it wasn't just the warning that held you in place, it was what followed. Someone from your family, someone who had already passed on, was trying to reach out to you. The very thought sent a chill down your spine. A familiar presence, someone you had loved, now on the other side, was trying to communicate. What could they possibly want to tell you? Was it something you needed to know, something important enough to stir the heavens and earth? Archangel Michael's message was a clear indication that this was not something to be ignored. It was not a mere dream or a passing thought, this was something real. You felt an overwhelming need to open the message, to uncover what was hidden, but the weight of the warning made you hesitate. Why now? Why this moment? There was no time to lose, yet you felt compelled to pause for a moment, to breathe deeply and center yourself. Your mind raced as you tried to make sense of the flood of emotions swirling inside you. The sensation was unlike any you had experienced before. It was as if the very fabric of time itself had bent to allow this message to reach you. Amen. To receive the blessing of clarity and courage to face what is to come. The sensation of being caught between worlds deepened, and then you heard it again. Archangel Michael's voice was unwavering, his presence enveloping you, his energy strong and protective. "You have been warned," the words repeated, and this time, there was a note of finality in his tone. The warning wasn't just a caution, it was a call to action. Something was about to happen, something that could not be ignored. And now, you understood that the message from beyond was crucial. It was a matter of urgency, of profound importance. A surge of emotion swept over you. You couldn't help but think of the family member who had passed away. Who could it be? What could they want from you now? 1,000 possibilities raced through your mind, each one more unsettling than the last. You needed to know. The need to uncover the truth was overwhelming, but fear clung to you. Fear of the unknown, fear of what might be uncovered in the process. Yet, Archangel Michael's presence was a constant, and his energy reassured you that you were not alone in this. You were being guided, protected, and supported in ways you could not yet comprehend. The air around you seemed to hum with energy, and as the minutes passed, it felt as though you were being pulled deeper into a cosmic current. Your thoughts became hazy as the boundaries between this world and the next blurred. It was as though the distance between life and death was nothing more than a thin veil, and you were about to pass through it. Archangel Michael's words rang clear once more, "Open it quickly." Amen. To receive the wisdom to understand and interpret the messages of the unseen world. Your hands trembled as you reached for the letter, the very one that had appeared in front of you, seemingly from nowhere. The envelope was old, its edges worn, yet there was a certain vitality to it. It pulsed with an unseen energy, a powerful force that called to you. Your fingers brushed against the paper, and in that moment, you felt a deep connection to the past, as if the lives of those who came before you were intertwining with your own. You had no choice but to open it. As you did, a rush of emotions flooded through you, fear, anticipation, and an undeniable sense of reverence. This was it. The message was about to be revealed. The words inside were written in a familiar hand, a handwriting you hadn't seen in years. It was unmistakable. It was your loved one's. The ink was smudged in places, as if written in haste, but the words were clear. I have seen something, the letter began. Something I was unable to say when I was still with you. There is a danger on the horizon, something that threatens the balance of our family. I can feel it, even from where I am. You must act, and you must act now. The realization struck you like a bolt of lightning. This was no ordinary message, it was a call for help. Your family member, now gone, had foreseen something dark, something that threatened the very core of your lineage. And now, you were the one they were entrusting with this knowledge. The weight of responsibility hung heavily on your shoulders. But as overwhelming as it was, you knew one thing for certain, this was no coincidence. Archangel Michael had warned you, and now the message from your past had connected you to a greater purpose. You were not alone in this. Amen. To summon the strength and courage to fulfill your mission with unwavering resolve. The air thickened once more, and as you read on, the message continued, revealing cryptic details of the looming threat. Your loved one spoke of shadows moving in the unseen realms, of forces that sought to disrupt the harmony your family had known for generations. It was as though something, or someone, was pulling at the threads of fate, trying to unravel all that had been built. The letter spoke of a warning passed down through the generations, a secret kept hidden for reasons unknown. As you read the letter, a new clarity emerged within you. The pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place, each word aligning with the feelings you had been sensing for days, maybe even weeks. Something had been amiss, something you couldn't quite put your finger on. But now, with the letter in your hands, everything made sense. Your family was in danger, and the only way to protect it was to confront what lay ahead. The stakes were high, and there was no turning back. But what was this danger? What could it be that your family member had felt so strongly about? As you pondered this, you realized that you would need to delve deeper, to search within the hidden realms of knowledge, to uncover the truth. This wasn't just a matter of family, it was a matter of fate. Your destiny had been intertwined with this very moment, and now you had no choice but to face it. The presence of Archangel Michael grew stronger as you continued to read. It was as though his wings surrounded you, offering comfort and protection as you took in the words of your loved one. There was no longer any hesitation. You knew what you had to do. You had been chosen to carry out this task, to fulfill the prophecy that had been handed down through the ages. And though the journey ahead was unknown and fraught with danger, you felt a sense of calm in your soul. You were ready. Amen. To invoke the guidance and protection of the divine in your journey ahead. With each passing moment, the message became clearer. The family member who had passed was reaching out to you, not just to warn you, but to entrust you with a sacred duty. This was not a coincidence, and you were not simply a passive observer in this drama. You were a key player in the unfolding of something much larger than yourself. The weight of this realization was both terrifying and awe-inspiring. But you could feel the presence of Archangel Michael, his protection surrounding you as you stepped forward into the unknown. Your next steps were clear. You had to confront the danger that had been foretold, and you had to do so with unwavering courage. There was no turning back now. Your family, your lineage, and your very soul were all entwined in this mission. And though the path was shrouded in darkness, you could feel the light of Archangel Michael guiding you. You were not alone. You had been warned, but you had also been chosen. The time to act was now. Amen. To empower your resolve and guide your steps through the darkness toward victory. As the hours passed, you began to prepare. Each action you took felt deliberate, as if the universe itself was aligning to assist you. You weren't just moving forward, you were being led. Archangel Michael's words echoed in your heart, reminding you of the importance of the task ahead. The blessing of protection, clarity, and strength was upon you. This was your moment, and you would not falter. As you gathered the strength to face whatever was to come, the message from your family member remained at the forefront of your mind. Their warning, now etched into your soul, would be your guide. And with each step you took, you could feel the presence of the divine, not only in the form of Archangel Michael, but in the unseen forces of love and light that had always been with you, even in the darkest of times. You were not alone. The time had come to fulfill your destiny, and the journey was just beginning. Amen. To receive the divine support you need to navigate the challenges ahead. The sense of duty and urgency grew stronger as you processed everything that had unfolded. Every moment felt charged with a new level of awareness, as though the universe itself was aligning to guide you in this mysterious task. Archangel Michael's presence enveloped you, his wings seeming to stretch across the space around you. His protection was unwavering, but there was also something else in his presence, a deep sense of anticipation, as if he, too, awaited the fulfillment of the mission that had been set in motion. You felt the weight of your family member's message in your chest. The words written in their familiar hand continued to echo in your mind. The warning was not just about a looming danger, it was a call to action, a plea to confront something dark that had been lingering in the shadows, threatening the very fabric of your family's existence. The bond you shared with them, even beyond the veil of death, was undeniable. It was as if their spirit, though no longer in the physical world, was reaching out to you, trusting you with the knowledge of what lay ahead. It was clear now that this mission was not one you could take lightly. The fate of your family, perhaps even something greater, rested on your shoulders. And though the fear that had gripped you earlier still lingered, it had now been replaced by a growing sense of determination. You were the one chosen to act, to stop whatever it was that threatened the balance of your lineage. And with Archangel Michael by your side, you knew you would have the strength to face whatever lay ahead. Your mind shifted back to the words of the letter, the cryptic warnings and the ominous signs of the forces that were at play. What could they be? Shadows moving in unseen realms. Was it a spiritual entity, a malevolent force? Or perhaps something more insidious, a human hand pulling at the very threads of destiny itself? You couldn't know for sure just yet, but the urgency in your heart told you that every second counted. You took a deep breath, feeling the power of Archangel Michael's protection surround you. There was no turning back now. You were committed. And with that decision came a flood of clarity, as though the path ahead was becoming clearer with each passing moment. You would need to act quickly, but you would not act blindly. The guidance you had received was not only from the letter, it was coming from a much higher source, one that had been with you from the very beginning. Amen. To strengthen your resolve and provide you with the clarity to understand what is hidden in the shadows. Your surroundings seemed to blur as you moved from thought to action. The world around you felt more vivid, more alive, as if every detail carried weight, every moment was connected to something larger than yourself. You couldn't help but feel the intertwining of forces, divine, earthly, and unknown, that were now guiding you. The air was heavy with purpose. Your family member's spirit, though not physically present, was with you in that moment, their presence tangible in the energy of the room. You could feel their love, their concern, and most importantly, their trust in you. The call to action was undeniable. You could sense that the time had arrived to begin your search for answers. Whatever the threat was, it was closer than you had anticipated. Every instinct in you screamed to move forward, to uncover the truth and confront the dark forces that loomed in the shadows. But there was also a quiet voice in your mind, a voice that urged you to take your time, to gather your thoughts and resources before plunging into the unknown. The balance between haste and careful preparation was delicate, but with Archangel Michael by your side, you felt a sense of guidance, a sense that the right path would reveal itself as long as you remained centered. You closed your eyes for a moment, reaching out to the unseen forces that had been so present in your life. Archangel Michael's protection continued to surround you, but now you could also feel the subtle presence of your ancestors, your family members who had passed on. Their wisdom, their strength, was within you. You had never felt so connected to your lineage, to the generations that had come before you. You were not just fighting for your family, you were fighting for the essence of who you were, for the legacy that had been passed down through the ages. Amen. To invoke the strength of your ancestors and connect with the wisdom of the ages. The message from your family member had given you a glimpse into the unknown, but it had also sparked a deep sense of responsibility. You couldn't ignore it. Not now. Whatever was coming, whatever forces were at work, you had been chosen to face it head-on. The weight of your decision was heavy, but you knew you had to follow through. Your family's survival depended on it. And with that, you took your first step forward, toward the unknown, toward the danger that awaited. As you moved forward, every fiber of your being told you that you were not alone. Archangel Michael's energy surged around you, guiding your every step, while the spirits of your ancestors stood by your side, offering their wisdom and strength. It was as though a cosmic alliance had been formed, one that transcended time and space. This was your moment to fulfill the destiny that had been written for you long before you were even born. The message was clear: there was a darkness that had infiltrated your family's bloodline, and only by confronting it could you protect your lineage. The forces at play were not just personal, they were spiritual, cosmic in nature. And you, the chosen one, would be the one to restore balance. The journey ahead would not be easy, but with the divine support surrounding you, you felt prepared to face whatever came. Amen. To grant you the wisdom to see beyond the surface and the courage to act upon the truth. In the stillness of the moment, you could hear the whispers of your family members' spirit, guiding you toward the next step. They had known something was coming, and now, through you, their voice would be heard. The message they had given you was not just a warning, it was an invitation to awaken to the truth that had always been within you. Your family's history, your own soul's journey, was about to unfold in ways you never expected. As you continued on this path, the presence of Archangel Michael remained a constant source of strength. His energy flowed through you, infusing you with the courage to face the unknown. With each step, you could feel the bond between the spiritual and physical worlds growing stronger. You were no longer just a human navigating the earthly realm, you were a bridge between worlds, a vessel for the divine purpose that had been set in motion. Amen. To affirm your role as a divine instrument of protection and healing for your family. Your heart pounded as you moved deeper into the mystery that surrounded you. The path was unclear, yet you felt a deep certainty that you were heading in the right direction. With Archangel Michael as your guide and your family's spirits watching over you, there was no obstacle that could deter you. You would uncover the truth, confront the danger, and restore balance to your family, no matter the cost. The time had come to embrace your destiny fully. The divine forces had chosen you for this sacred mission, and you would not falter. Every moment, every decision, would be a reflection of the trust placed in you. And as you ventured forward, you could feel the immense power of the universe itself propelling you forward, guiding your every move toward the unknown. The darkness that threatened your family would not stand a chance against the divine light within you. Amen. To affirm your connection to the divine, empowering you to overcome every challenge ahead. With each passing moment, you knew the mission ahead would require more than just physical strength, it would demand your spiritual fortitude, your wisdom, and your deep connection to the divine forces guiding you. But with Archangel Michael's protection, and the unwavering love and support of your ancestors, you felt invincible. There was nothing that could stand in your way. The time to confront the darkness had arrived. You were ready.